Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ultra Squad, and today this is literally already a Christmas special. What if, guys? I'm bringing you, as you guys can see here. What if Issei had the Chaos Emeralds? Now, I would like to thank you guys, all of my subscribers, for being with me this year and being true, like with me to all of this right there to the end of this year. I really appreciate you guys right there sticking with me during the time that I actually needed. I really appreciate you guys, and with all my heart, I'm making this what if for you guys. Now I know I'm a like this what if this is actually gonna be like today's what if, guys. Tomorrow what if I'll be posting up right there like another DXD what if. Basically, I decided to make three what if. Two are going to be DXD, and one is actually going to be My Hero, guys. But if you guys actually want me to make Red Dead 4, which is going to be a Naruto one, which I already made, guys. If you guys want to see that Naruto special, Christmas special, then you just tell me inside the comments right there. And right there, this is actually going to be a long what if. This is actually going to be right there a movie, guys. So with the warning, you guys should grab a popcorn, grab a drink, because this is going to be one of the longest what if I have ever made. I think probably it's gonna go up to about 2 or 3 hours, guys. So probably around then. So without further ado, let's just start the video. We start our story as we actually see right there like a young right there like boy inside a forest, as the boy right there was actually playing around inside a forest by himself, as he's going around right there pretending the forest is pretty much a large jungle, as the little boy kept on running around where they're like just looking for something for him to do. As where they're like this boy will actually have brown hair and also where they're brown eyes, wearing where they're red shirt and also black where they're pants, and wearing where they're blue where they're trousers. This was none other than actually Issei Hyodo, our main red character, protagonist. As right there, like we actually see Issei right there inside a forest, as he's pretty much right there having right there like the time of his life, as he's just going around right there, like pretending right there, like things right there, like the floor is actually pretty much lava. As Issei right there didn't really have really that much friends. Right there, the only friend that Issei had was actually pretty much Irina, which she pretty much moved 2 months ago right there, which Issei was actually sad enough, as that was the only friend he actually really got. But Issei didn't really actually mind that. As Issei right there kept on playing around inside the forest, he eventually right there climbed right there a tree. Looking at the tree and climbing the tree, as Issei eventually reached the top, he looks around, and he started to say like, "Well, I look like I'm the only king of this jungle here. Nobody right there is superior to me." He said right there, laughing right there, as Issei watched him lose his balance, as he would soon right there fall off the tree, landing in a bush, not right there like harming himself in some kind of ways. As Issei would say like, "Damn, that was close. I'm so lucky right there landing inside this bush." As Issei will actually keep on right there playing for actually about 3 hours, until right there eventually will actually get dark. Issei will actually would see this, as he will actually look at his clock, and no, at his watch. Wow, it's actually pretty much getting late. Mom is actually gonna get worried if I actually don't get back. As he said this, like wrapped up his game that he was pretty much playing, and he pretty much just set off home. As Issei Rede was walking home, he actually Rede like something actually caught his eyes. He actually looks up to see Rede like seven Rede shooting stars. Wow, a shooting star! I better even make a wish. Which Rede like Issei pretty much Rede like walk closing his eyes, as he started right to make a wish. As Issei will close his eyes right there, as he will actually pray. I wish for my life not to be boring. As Issei will actually will open like one of his eyes, and he would say like, "I hope it actually comes true." As Issei right there kept on walking right there home, he kept on eyeing right there at the shooting star, and it kept on getting closer and closer towards him. I actually don't know if this is actually pretty much normal. Should it even be getting this close? As issei right there, about right there, like what, 4 minutes will pass as the meteor right there will get really close this time. As issei, the whole area of the forest around issei right there will start picking up wind, and wind will start gushing all around issei. Issei will see right there get knocked off his feet, falling right there backwards. And right there, Issei will see right there 7 right there like large right there like meteors right there pass over him, over the forest. As soon right there, it will actually make right there crash landing noise. As Issei right there would look right there to see where the actual crash was at, Issei's eyes would just widen. That place right there. Oh crap! I hope nobody's got hurt. Which Ethan would actually just get up, and he would just run towards right there, towards right there where the blast came from. As Ethan right there was actually rushing inside the forest, it actually took him about right there 30 minutes to get to his location. As when Ethan got there, his eyes would just widen up. As Ethan would see right there like a giant crater. This used to be right there the giant lake, and now it's gone, Ethan would say. As right now, Ethan would see right there just a giant crater just standing there. As Ethan would actually move closer towards the edge, he would see something that pretty much caught his eyes. Pretty much something is glowing inside the center of it. That pretty much was the actual one that made this crash. And Ethan right there got closer and closer. He eventually the edge actually that Ethan was standing on would actually soon break, making Ethan go tumbling into the crater, injuring him right there, just basically cutting his knee right there a little bit. As soon Ethan will actually pretty much ready to get back up, as he will dust himself off. Ah, God, I'm so filthy. Ah, but heck, what exactly is that? Does Ethan will say, getting closer towards it. As Ethan right there will be now standing like 3 foot right there from right there like the glowing object. As Ethan watches just look around himself. How come nobody is actually here? I definitely should like somebody like or like at least one person should actually at least seen this or heard that giant noise. Am I the only one? Ethan would say. As pretty much right there, Ethan will actually like what look as he would just look towards right there like where the glowing was. As he would see something that pretty much caught his eyes. He would see 7 right there chaos emeralds, which Ethan doesn't even know about that. Huh? That's some kind of weird looking gem thing. Weird. I wonder what this one actually does. And what is it doing out of space? Just Ethan would say as he was actually picking up the red chaos emeralds. As the moment Ethan actually picked it up, a black and red lightning just started to shoot out from the chaos emeralds. As Ethan would actually drop the emeralds were there, like out of fear. At the moment where Ethan dropped it, the lightning soon would actually just stop. Ethan would just look at the emerald with his widened eyes. What is this? Ethan would say. I pretty much right there like Ethan would actually soon right there like pick up the emeralds again. This time nothing really happening. As right there like Ethan would actually just pick up right there the rest of the emeralds right there as he would just analyze them to see right there they would just actually like Ethan would feel them radiating so much power. What exactly is this exactly? Whatever it is, it's actually kind of cool. It's like some kind of moon right there, like right there rocks or something like this. As Issei right there will actually decide right there to take these right there like Chaos Emeralds home with him. At the moment he actually did that, he put the emeralds inside his backpack that he actually was carrying along with him. As right there, as Issei right there would finish putting right there like the last right there Chaos Emerald inside his bag, he started to walk towards the crater, which he actually the place where he actually just literally fell in. As he started climbing up the crater. As Issei is actually climbing up the crater, he actually felt something that was actually pulling him. Issei looks back to see where there was no one, but he's still getting pulled. What's going on? Issei asks. As fully on there, Issei will actually launch right there to the other end of the crater. As right there, just hitting the wall. Ow! What the heck? What is this? Who's doing this? Is this some kind of prank? As soon Issei was actually starting to pick himself up right there from the ground without him even knowing. As soon as Issei will actually start flying. What's going on? Does Issei will ask. As soon as he would just look up, you would see right there that his backpack is pretty much flying. What? How is this possible? What is this? Is this some kind of weird magic trick? Is my bag magic? As soon as Issei said that, he was soon right there flung into right there the forest. As right there, Issei right there was actually flying at high speed right there towards the forest, like deep within the forest. Issei would say like, where am I going? As soon right there, like about right there, a few minutes will pass. Issei right there will arrive right there close to a waterfall, to a cave right next to it. As pretty much right there, Issei will fall right there on his butt, making his backpack fall right off. As Issei right there would get up and he would say like, what? Ah, what the heck? That's actually so cool. That was awesome. What the heck? What's actually going on? Just Issei will ask for that. Just excitement just building up right in him. As like Issei's backpack would just keep on moving towards inside the cave, close next to the waterfall. As Issei will follow his backpack right there into the cave. As Issei got into the cave, he would see right there that something right there like that caught his attention. Pretty much right there, crystal light would start right there lighting up the cave. What is this? I've never been to this place before, nor have I actually ever seen it. This is so cool. And what are these weird looking red stones actually glowing? This is actually awesome. Issei would say, as like what? Issei right there will make it right there deeper within the cave. As right there, Issei's eyes would just right there lay on his backpack, which it was actually pretty much stopped moving. Issei will soon will pick up his backpack and will ask for death, seeing that it actually pretty much stops. Well, I guess I should actually get going. What the heck? Issei's eyes would just widen and he would see right there the location he's pretty much at. Issei right there would see right there like a giant structure right in front of him, which right there has 7 pillars on it. As right there, the pillars right there looks like, like the weird structure with the stairs going up it, with a weird looking emerald right there inside the middle, which is actually the master emerald. As Issei seeing this, he will actually just go up the stairs right there. Eventually, he will be right there face to face with the master emerald. What is this? This weird looking rock seems like so familiar with the rock that I have now. It just Issei would say as he would put right there like the emeralds right there, like the chaos like emeralds on top of the master emerald. As the moment Issei did that, the master emeralds and the chaos emerald would soon glow right there like just right there like a bright light, radiating so much power. Issei not knowing this right there, he would actually think of this as pretty much cool. Wow, this place is actually awesome. If a giant rock, weird looking rock is actually here, I actually think right now I just want to stay here a little bit longer. What Issei would say as he was actually just stay there for about like a few minutes. Eventually, right there, Issei right there would look at his watch and he would say like, "Oh man, I'm totally gonna be late. Mom is actually gonna be worried about me soon. I better have to get going." Well, Issei would soon right there like throw right there the chaos emeralds inside his backpack and leave in the cave. I'll come here tomorrow. This place is actually awesome. Well, as Issei would just leave the cave, and we would pretty much have a time skip. And we actually right there would actually see Issei already home just before it even got dark. As the moment right there Issei got into his house, he literally just said, "Mom, Dad, I am home." As Issei actually would look right there towards his parents. His mom right there was inside the kitchen preparing dinner. His dad was in the living room right there reading the newspaper. "Ah, Issei, you're back. You came back a little bit late this time. Where were you?" As Issei would say like, "I was inside the forest right there having a great adventure. I met right there something really cool. I saw something really cool today," this Issei would say. "Ah, Issei, really? Oh, I'm actually glad to hear it. Oh, like over dinner. Look at you, you're so filthy. Go over there and take your bath. and once you're done, you can join us for dinner. And major favorite is actually rice and curry, which Issei will actually just eyes were just lit up as he was soon ready to rush upstairs, throwing it back inside his room and going to take a quick bath, with the parents just chuckling right there. Soon we will actually see already like Issei eating dinner with his actually parents, which Issei will go to tell them about his day and his adventures. And also already Issei telling them about already the like the cave that he just pretty much went into. Issei's parents already didn't believe Issei, thinking already is actually one of his imagination, which he always does. I mean, it's actually pretty much natural for a kid his age to already like imagining things and think and like just random things. Heck, Issei already last week already just said that aliens would pretty much already attacking the house, which already which they actually found out a little bit funny. So they're like their parents will say like, "Wow, that's pretty much really interesting adventure you had, Issei. Well, you should pretty much really finish off. You still have school tomorrow." Would Issei would just nod his head as he would just finish really his meal. As we pretty much really skip ahead, and we see Issei in his room in his PJs, as he's actually just pretty much reading a book. As Issei is actually reading, he actually hears a knock on his door. Not too long ago, not too long, his actually mom will actually walks in as she will go right and sit next to Issei. Night, Issei. I hope that you're having sweet dreams. And plus, I already packed right there like your clothes for school tomorrow. I hope right you and I hope right there you'll be okay. To where Issei will say like, what do you mean by that? Well, you do know right there with all, the whole Irina like leaving thing. As Issei would say like, I'm fine. I can take care of myself, mom. When Issei's mom just kisses him on the forehead, as she would just say like good night. And also, please don't stay up too late reading, as she would say right there, turn off like Issei's lights and closing his door. Issei right there would just say goodnight to his mom while right there she left, as Issei would spend right there about like 7 more minutes reading. As right there, Issei will actually eventually right there put down his book, as he will prepare himself to go to bed. But before he can actually do anything, Issei will look to his bedside, like on next to his bedside drawer, which was actually his backpack that pretty much had those weird looking rocks. Issei completely forgot to tell his parents about them, that he actually found these weird looking rocks. As you know, like Issei right there got his backpack, as he actually right there like pulled the rocks, the Chaos Emerald out of it, which pretty much right there like Issei put it on top of his bed. As Issei would actually see the rocks, and they kept them glowing right at their original color. When Issei right there will actually start chuckling. This is pretty much awesome, he actually says. As Issei right there continued to play with just with the rocks. As right there, eventually Issei would get tired and fall asleep. As right there, Issei right there will soon right there fall asleep. As right there, about right there, 2 hours will pass. Unaware to Issei right there, like what? The Chaos Emeralds that he left on his bed will actually start glowing a bright, shining right there, bright light. Which right there, like a giant white light will soon go for Issei's room, and eventually right there it will go for the Issei's right there, like whole house. Issei's parents right there pretty much went to bed and they were fast asleep, so they never even noticed right there the giant white light that was actually consuming the house. As Issei right there was actually sleeping, the giant white light completely engulfed for the Issei's whole house. Eventually, right there, about right there, like a few seconds will pass, the light will soon dissipate, going into right there Issei's room as right there the white light will be completely gone, including right there the Chaos Emeralds. As we see Issei still sleeping as right there like what, and with flickers right there of right there about white, red, yellow, green, clear, and blue or purple lightning starts to generate around Issei. As we see right there go into like Issei's mind. As we see right there like a giant right there creature right there with red scales with a long red tail. As the creature seems to be actually sleeping, which the creature was just lying down right now on a just a giant black rock, whatever, as fire just starts to consume the whole place. As rather like this was none other rather than the heavily dragon's rather Dreg, as she's pretty much rather the dragon emperor. And yes, Dreg in this one is actually going to be a female. As Dreg was actually pretty much sleeping, as she was waiting right there for herself, for her host to wake her up. As she's sleeping, her eyes would just widen. She actually felt uneasy right now, feeling danger, feeling something right there that she cannot take. She feels something that's even more terrifying than even right there like just the white dragon emperor. Heck, something even more terrifying than even Orphis. Probably right there something even terrifying right there like of the true dragon. As right there, she pretty much just joined it up right there as she was preparing right there to see what this actually weird energy really was. As sooner that would sooner that change, as she would actually just realize that it wasn't actually just someone, but something, and none other rather than the Chaos Emeralds. As the Chaos Emerald just floated right there, just to further right there like Drake herself, and she just looks at them and curious. Emeralds? Are you telling me right there that is actually these emeralds that pretty much woke me up from my slumber? Which I never seen them before. They radiate so much for their power. Like they're literally limitless amount of power I'm actually sensing from them. What are these? Would the drag would just answer. As rather we'll go on to Issei. Issei would pretty much right there sleeping as like Issei will actually soon drag into right there some kind of weird right there field. As pretty much right there Issei was pretty much looking at his like surrounding. Where exactly is he? He's never been to this place before. Could he be actually dreaming? Does Issei thought to himself. But that soon would change as Issei would hear like a screech of roar right there coming from right behind him with different noise too. As Issei would turn around, he would see the most horrifying sight of all that a child could actually ever see. Issei right there would see right there a giant right there like massacre battlefield right there that would be taking place right in front of him. As Issei would see right there these like weird people right there wearing different type of armors that actually has wings flying across, fighting each other. As Issei would just look in pretty much horror right there, as right there he would see people right there fighting, killing each other right there for no good reason. As Issei seeing this, as he would just be surprised. But what will caught him off guard is actually their wings. Issei would see right there the people right there in white armor, with as they will actually pretty much have white wings like angels, and pretty much right there like the people wearing black armor will have black wings like fallen angels. And people right there in black and golden armor or red armor would have right there not just angel wings, but have bad looking like wings. As also right there like Issei was seeing this, that they're all fighting right there like not each other but like with different people. Issei would say like, what exactly is this? Is this some kind of battlefield I'm actually on? How am I actually dreaming about this? That Issei would say he actually kind of felt terrified for what he was actually seeing. As soon as like Issei's eyes would just widen, as he would actually see a giant shadow that actually crossed over him. Issei would look up to see that giant red dragon just flying into the battlefield. As the red dragon started to fly towards that unknown creature, which was actually another dragon. But this time, this dragon was actually like white. That actually has pretty much like weird like looking wings, and also like what orange eyes. As like Issei would see these two dragons clashing with one another. As the two dragons clash, it just caused truly destruction everywhere it went. Issei seeing this, he actually kind of got terrified. Like he started to run away from the scene. As Issei kept on running, he couldn't really get far enough as really every time Issei turned back, he would keep on seeing that scene right in front of him. The horrible scene where people started slaughtering each other, as Issei thought that will actually they may like one of them will actually may come for him. As Issei kept on running right away from that horrible nightmare, he would soon really change his location. Instead of him being on the battlefield, he'll be at actually someplace different. Right now, Issei will actually just look around as he will actually see that he's actually at a rocky wasteland with just a volcano right there from a distance, where the cloud will actually just like a dark cloud will actually start consuming the whole place. As Issei would say like exactly where is he? As Issei kept on walking right there, he would see right there like lines of cracks on the ground, which Issei thought that actually pretty much have lava inside of it. Am I in hell? Issei would ask right there to himself. Hell, don't make me laugh. An unvoiced person would say. As Issei would say like, who's there? Show yourself. Just Issei said right there, just getting ready for a fight. As right there, like the voice would say like, no need to be afraid, child. I'm not here to harm you. The unknown voice would say as like none other than Dreg herself would just right there fly down towards Issei. Issei seeing this, and he would see right there like a giant right there red dragon in front of him. A dragon? Is this actually for real? Are you a real dragon? Does Issei would say. Yes, I am a real dragon. I am right there like one of the heavenly dragons like Dreg. Or if you want to call me Drega, which is actually that my real name. And also right there, like I'm the Red Dragon Emperor of Domination. Exactly who may you be? As Issei would kind of right there look at the dragon for like a few right there minutes, eventually answering right there like the dragon. My name is Issei Hyodo. Just Issei would say right there, just trying not to stutter right there as a giant dragon was just basically staring like him down. I see. Issei Hyodo. So you're the one right there who's pretty much right there my next host, I see. Which Issei would say like, next host? What do you mean by that? Which right there pretty much right there like Dreg will actually go on to explain, like saying like, seeing that you're new to all this, I better explain to you right there about right there what I meant by host. What I meant by host is right there we're pretty much right there linked together, like we're literally partners. As Issei was still not follow, being right there 6-year-old. I don't follow you exactly. Can you actually go over that one more time? To where Drake will actually fully on explain Issei again about right there, her being a host. But this time right there, like she will also explain to him about the sacred gear and things like that. She will explain to Issei about what sacred gears are, and truly right there, Issei possesses right there long giant sacred gear. So you're saying I possess this sacred gear which you are actually pretty much trapped in, and I pretty much right there have right there long giants, which is actually the most powerful right there long giants of all, which is actually the boosted gear, right? Does that make sense? Does Issei would say. Correct. This right there, just judging from it, you seem like you haven't really manifested right there your sacred gear, but instead right there you're able to get into contact with me without even activating it. That's truly right there like a surprising one. You really right there are a special one, aren't you? But truth be told, you're not exactly human. Exactly what really are you, Hyodo Issei? Well, Issei would say like, what do you mean by that? Of course I'm human. No, you're not. I can sense it right there. You're different. You're that of a dragon. I know that for myself. Seeing that right there, like you do have me inside of you, but you're different. I never felt anything coming from you, but you have limitless amount of power. I can actually sense. It's like unreal. I don't even really like have really like a single trace really of really your humanity. Just really the dragon would say towards Issei. What do you mean by that? I don't follow. To what Drag will actually say like, before we continue, do you know what these really are? which right there like seven right there emerald chaos emerald will start flying like will just appear right in front of Issei. Hey, my stones, my rocks. As Issei would soon right there pick all seven of them with both of his arms. You know right there like what these are? To where Issei would say like, no, not exactly. I just found them today. So you don't know what they actually are either. How strange. I see right there that probably right there all linked to you right there. To where Issei would say like, hey, how come right there my rocks are in here? I definitely know right there that outside right there of me sleeping, this is definitely a dream, isn't it not? Where the great dragon will actually just say like, you can think if it's actually a dream or not. I don't really care. But right there, all I want to know if right there you know anything about these emeralds. Emeralds? Those what it actually called? Just easy will ask. Yes, of course. What else would like just would they be? They're not rocks. They're emeralds. And they pretty much possess that these emeralds possess unlimited amount of power, which I'm actually sensing. So exactly, how do you actually get your hands on actually these? I doubt really like no faction members really have would just leave these lying around, or especially right there just like what, just hopping about just around inside a faction. Of course, that I know for sure. Exactly, how did you get your hands on them? To where Issa would just have to explain right there to her that he pretty much right there just found it while he was inside a forest while they crash landed right there from outer space. Just Issa would say, "You're kidding me! You're telling me right there these came from outer space? You definitely must be lying." Where Issa would kind of feel offended. What makes you think I'm lying? To where the dragon would say like, for a kid right at your age, you definitely do lie, probably. I don't. To where right the dragon just rolled his eyes. Whatever. I soon right the whole place started to right shake apart. Where Issei would just ask, "What's going on? Why is this place shaking? An earthquake?" To where the dragon would say like, "No, you're just waking up. So we'll be able to talk more, but not right now. You're not fully on like strong enough to talk to me long enough yet." Surprisingly, right there, like I'm surprised you haven't even manifested right there your sacred gear. That's for starts. As right there, soon right there, a giant white light would soon take up the whole area right there, with Issei's eyes would just joint open. Issei would look around right there his surroundings to see right there like he's inside his room, and it's pretty much right there daytime. As Issei right there like just got out of bed, he would just yawn and also starts to stretch. Man, that was actually a weird dream I really had. The young Issei commented. That was no dream, that was pretty much real. Where Issei would just fall out of bed. Who said that? Wait, Drake? Is that you? Is what we actually really talked real? To where the dragon would say like, yes, it's all real. What do you really thought that was pretty much a dream? To where Issei would say like, yeah, this is actually kind of weird. Someone's talking for me inside my head. As soon as Issei's door would just actually be ready to open, as it would be none other than Issei's mom that actually came in. "Morning, Issei. Who are you talking to? I heard you talking right there from when I was actually crossing your room." So Issei would say like, no one important, mom. I was just pretty much talking to myself. To where Issei's mom would say like, "Oh, okay. Um, Make sure that you get like ready. Breakfast is pretty much in 5." To where Issei would just nod as his mom would actually soon leave his room as Issei got himself prepared ready just to go to school. As pretty much Issei did ready his morning routine, brushing his tooth as ready he's getting ready like he's getting himself changed just to go to school. As Issei Rede will make his way downstairs, as he will see Rede his mother or her dad just finished making breakfast with his dad on the breakfast table. "Ah, morning, son. How like this how did you sleep?" To what Issei would say like, I have the most weirdest dream, but then again, I actually kind of felt right that slept better. Oh, I hope it wasn't really a nightmare. To what Issei would go to explain like, no, pretty much for that, like, in some kind of ways, yeah. To what Issei's dad would say like, you want to talk about it? To what Issei would go right there, talk right there a small bit about it, where he would see right there like these weird looking creatures on the battlefield just basically right there fighting along each other. With Issei's parents would not actually take too much into interest as they pretty much just blew it off as Issei like what? Imagination again. Wow, you pretty much have a creative mind. I'll check up on this later. So yeah, don't worry. You have nothing to worry about. This Issei's father would say, put on his work shoes and get ready just to go to work. As Rede like what? Issei Rede would soon finish his breakfast as he would actually just like what? Get himself like get his actually backpack as he will also already go just like go to school as his dad would pretty much just drop him along the way. As pretty much as Issei got to school, he was actually having a conversation with actually Dreg about already like the Chaos Emeralds and him already going inside this weird cave and seeing already giant emeralds inside it. Which already Dreg will actually ask Issei to go there after school for her she wants to see this. To where Issei will just comply. As for the rest of the school day will actually pass by quickly, which already Issei will actually just find his way right there walking outside of school, as he will instead of him going home, he will find himself walking all the way to the forest. As Issei right there like got to the forest, Issei didn't go to the crater where he pretty much found the Chaos Emeralds. No. Instead, he would go into the cave that he pretty much found the masters right there, like emeralds. After that, it took a while for Issei right to get there, not knowing the location, but eventually they will actually get there. To Draga surprise, yes, guys, Draga, that's pretty much a new name that I pretty much gave her, would just actually look at the scene in shock. She would see the same thing what Issei saw yesterday. And she would see right there like a weird looking shrine with a giant green emerald on it. Issei will actually make his way towards right there the Master Emeralds as Issei will put his left hand on it. You see? Isn't it not amazing? This Issei would say as Dreg will also feel right there the power radiated off it. It's like unlimited amount of power. Like nothing can even rival it. Like like Dreg can actually feel right that chaos energy like that leaks inside of it. It's related to that of the even Chaos Emeralds itself. She actually thought to herself. As right there, like Drag will actually just say like Issei. This is truly right there like surprisingly amazing. And truth be told, you must never let anyone else right there come here. Or right there like just some right there random faction people will just come right there take this emerald and also you as well. Wait, Issa will ask, like, faction? Take me? What reason do they actually have to take me and also this emerald too? Where Drake would just say, like, oh, you don't know. I completely forgot to tell you yesterday about the faction and also that why that you'll be probably targeted by different factions too. After that, Drake will actually go to explain to Issa about right there, like, the factions right there, like, all over right there, the supernatural world telling right there Issa about the supernatural world and also right there like about right there like how some of the faction will actually hunt him down right there because he's the Red Dragon Emperor and they will actually pretty much use him right there just to for the faction just to get even more powerful. Which some will even will go right there and even try to kill Issei or right there some will even try to reincarnate them just to be in his ranks. Which Drag actually told Issei that those are the devil ways of even doing things. To where the Issei would just actually be kind of really surprised but also scared at the same time. He didn't want to be taken away by some really weird faction, whatever, just for his strength right there. It didn't seem right. As the Issei would just ask that question just out of nowhere. What should I do then? I literally don't know what to do. do I actually really have to get strong? Do I have to move for them not to find me? Just Ethan would ask. With Drake with a chuckle. To be honest, it'd be better really if we actually you stay here and also train yourself. There's not even really like supernaturals around this area, so you should be pretty much safe to train up right there for right there your time before you are ready to reveal yourself into the whole supernatural world. To what Issa would say like, so how do I go about it? I never trained before. Well, besides right there from running, of course, doing athletic sports, of course, but never learned how to fight in general. To where the dragon drag would say like, don't worry, I will teach you. As Issa would say like, really? This is gonna be awesome. But heck, what about really these emeralds? He like, does Issa would say, just pointing to the master emeralds. Well, that actually makes it more of a reason really for us to protect this place. Like I said, if the faction people really like even finds out about this, they will just take it for really their own power, of course. They are just most of the faction are pretty much really hungry, really little bastards, of course, and especially the devils. You should pretty much watch out for that one. To where Ethan with his nonsense head, he would say like, "All right then, let's get down to training." For the past really like 7 years, Ethan will go through an extreme amount of training, hard, brutal training. As Drake will actually tell Issei how to manifest his sacred gear, which Issei did as Drake will actually start training Issei how to use his sacred gear. Eventually Issei got the use of it and he will soon start to work on his balance breaker, which Issei actually soon got it the moment like he actually just started to train not too long ago, which was actually just like 3 weeks like after his training, just starting to learn how to use his balance breaker. To where like Issei kept on training on how to use his balance breaker even longer, and also manifest it again if it actually broke, making it more durable and even more stronger so no one can actually stand in his way. Eventually, not just that, Drag will actually just teach Issei some magic, which she will actually teach Issei some a few fire magic for him to like attack with and also or probably defend with with it or attack with it. As like what? Issei is a pretty much over quick learner as he will actually soon pick up on the magic that Drag is actually teaching like him as well. As Issei will not just be focusing only on magic. His strength has also increased ever since like he actually like literally the mastered like the Chaos Emeralds, just literally just like absorb into his body. For one, Issei is able to move at super high speed. He's able to actually pretty much like what create like tornadoes while he runs around inside a circle. Issei is capable of causing a massive amount of destruction as well. As Issei Chaos like powers with pretty much on a whole nother scale. Which Issei can pretty much do a lot more, but he doesn't even know like much he like he can actually do. He can also just absorb life energy and turn it into chaos energy, which he can also do the opposite of that as well. Absorbing chaos energy and pretty much transfer it into life energy. That's pretty much Issei was actually the embodiment of the ultimate life form, which Issei had super regeneration for him to regenerate so quickly. As Issei doesn't really get tired that much. As like we actually go on to Issei right now as not like he will go to the library as he would pretty much be like going to the library to look up facts about the Chaos Emeralds, which Issei would now call them the Chaos Emeralds, for which Drag would actually tell Issei about the emeralds like they're pretty much radiates chaos powers. To where Issei would just call it the Chaos Emerald, just to keep it simple, guys. So yeah, as Drag would tell Issei that there's literally no point of even trying because there's no books inside this library telling him about the Chaos Emeralds or pretty much really what they really are. To what Ethan was saying right there that it'd be better to pick up knowledge about emeralds that they could be useful right there inside the future, which Dreg would agree. As Ethan would go right there and go inside the library, as he would actually pick up some books about emeralds and also start studying about it. Eventually, Ethan will go to the library right there on his free time, researching about more of these Chaos Emeralds. Which Greg was right. He did not Ethan didn't find right there any books about Chaos Emeralds, but he did right there find right there the benefits of right there the use of an emerald. As right there Ethan right there will also study more about the Chaos Emeralds, which Ethan was able right there to manifest the Chaos Emeralds out of his own body. Which Ethan right there will actually just take notes about each Chaos Emerald that he will write them down in his journal. Which Ethan right there would write right there each right there Chaos Emeralds and what their benefits really were. Which Ethan would know right there all 7 Chaos Emeralds right there benefits. And Ethan right there will have right there a journal about right there a white Chaos Emeralds. Which right there, the white Chaos Emerald right there is naturally drawn right there, to some kind of wish power, whatever. It can grant people wishes or whatever. As Ethan right there, next journal right there was the red Chaos Emerald right there, which he actually named it right there power. With the red Chaos Emerald right there radiates right there power, tons of it. That was Ethan's favorite one. Seeing red as red is just his natural favorite color. The next one was pretty much red as the yellow Chaos Emeralds, which Ethan called that one light. Which red as that Chaos Emerald red there radiates so much light energy, and it also absorbs it too. As the next one red there, one of Ethan's journal was pretty much red as the green Chaos Emeralds, which Issei actually named them right in that book Nature right there, just named that right there Nature right there energy, which that Chaos Emerald pretty much draws right there from nature energy itself. The next one was pretty much right there I think it's actually the Sia Emeralds, CN CN Emeralds, the clear white the clear emeralds, of course. As right there, that emerald right there was pretty much right there Ethan just called it right there the spiritual emerald, which right there it was actually drawn right there from spiritual powers, of course. The blue one was actually what actually piqued Ethan's interest, which the blue emerald was pretty much right there Ethan called it right there cosmos right there, of course. Right there it pretty much draws right there energy from the cosmos, which Ethan right there was just interested in it. The next one was pretty much right there the purple emeralds, which right there Ethan right there named his journal right there inside of emotion, which that Chaos Emerald right there draws from emotion itself. Ethan will actually pretty much have 7 journals of these emeralds right there, personally right there, and what they can actually do. As Ethan wrote more inside these journals right there, he will be right there filling the journal right there with this knowledge of each emerald and what their ability can do. As right there we pretty much right there just have right there go on to Issei right now. As Issei is actually we see right there 13-year-old Issei, as pretty much right there Issei has actually gone through right there the beneficial of the training right there to where Drake has actually pretty much put him through. With Issei and Drake's relationship right there proven a lot. Drake has actually grown right there grown attached, as she's pretty much right there starting to have feelings towards Issei, to where Issei will start having feelings towards her, but they never really confessed their actually feelings. As to where Issei would just be sitting right there on right there cliff at his training ground where he actually found the master right there emeralds. As Issei right there just sitting right there on the cliff, he was just looking out right there the whole right there forest itself. Hey Dreg, may I ask you something? Go ahead. What is it that you actually want to ask me? Well, for one, what would you do if you are actually pretty much free from the sacred gear? What would I do if I'm actually free from the sacred gear? Well, there's one thing I would do. I would fly from for the rest of the day. Where Ethan would ask, "Would you really do that?" Of course. Being a dragon right there, like I really love to fly. Just feeling like the breeze all on my face, flying right there like around right there. I truly misses that. If I pretty much have a chance, I will actually that would be the first thing I actually would do. As you say would say like that's pretty much right there like normal right there. I can't believe right there like you're pretty much trapped there like inside the sacred gear. It pretty much must sucks. To where the drag was just reply, yeah, it sucks, but there's nothing I can really do. I cannot break free from this anti-sacred gear, of course. Nor that like I have no idea how to break out. Seeing that rather God was the one who trapped me here, and rather I can't rather leave it. If there was actually a chance of an opportunity for me to leave it, I would take that chance gladly. To where Ethan would say like, oh yeah, if there was actually a chance, I will help you get free from the sacred gear. I wouldn't want you to be trapped here forever. But moving that aside, I will actually want to ask you a question. I will actually like when are we actually gonna train right there like my juggernaut drive? I mean we got right there like a few trainings down how to use it, but not fully. To where right there drag would say like the juggernaut drive right there like draws right there like negative emotions right there. And plus if you actually try to go in it, it will actually firstly absorb right there like drain your magic. And then next thing you will actually drain your life force. Which right there, I would suggest right there for you just to forget about the Juggernaut Drive, of course. Which it would like probably turn you into a mad person right there who craves for power. To where Issei would say like, I doubt it. See that I have right there the emeralds inside of me. I doubt right there I'll go crazy with power, of course. I mean, I'm pretty much stable. You even called it. You even said it yourself. I'm pretty much the ultimate life form. To where Drake would say right there, like, you truly are right. To be honest, you're actually the most interesting host I actually ever had. To where Issei would say like, oh, stop, you're making me blush. To where the Drake would say like, don't test your luck, kid. To where Issei would say like, so you're saying that I can't actually train right there my Juggernaut drive? But what if the white one comes and pretty much right there like, he has a master of his Juggernaut drive? To where right there like Drake would think about this. He just got it right at a point. She can never be too sure right there of like Albiona. Seeing yes guys, Albiona right there like it's gonna be right there like Albion the female white dragon. So you know where I'm actually going with this. As right there like heck, she's pretty much dangerous. She doesn't even know right there like if she's actually truly right there awakened yet, or her host is pretty much right there going through this same type of training, or pretty much mastered right there like they're jogging a drive. To where right there like Draga will actually just say that, if you can find right there a place where there so secure right there to like what? Find a place to actually train your juggernaut drive, which if you try to do it here will actually draw unwanted attention, which some faction people will come right there and take you away. To where Issei would think about this, like, I wish I could actually go to someplace quiet, something kind of like the dimensional gap. But seeing that red, that giant great red that you actually told me actually roams there, that she doesn't even like anyone entering red her territory, that pretty much is a bummer. I wish I actually find a place to actually like go to a different dimension where I can actually pretty much train there. To where Issei will actually get an idea. Heck, what about the emeralds? To where Dragon would just say like, what about them? What if these emeralds are capable of opening a dimensional portal to another a portal to another dimension? Right there, it won't even draw unwanted attention. And I can also train like my pretty much Juggernaut drive. To where Dragon would say like, it could be possible. I mean, you can go ahead and give it a shot. but I doubt. But you need extremely a lot of power for you to open up a dimension. So what Issei would say like challenge accepted. Guess I have a new goal in mind. Don't worry, Draga. I will soon become stronger and become the Red Dragon Emperor, and I'll soon free you from your prison. You have no worries about that. To where Draga would just pretty much smile inside the sacred gear, knowing that somebody wants to release her. She had plenty of hopes for that, and none of them really cared about her freedom, of course, but Issei was the only person who did. Issei was the only one who actually didn't see her as a tool or a disposable object that she could pretty much get, like, be thrown away. Heck, there was actually two people who was actually pretty much nice to like her. That being Beelzebub and Elsha. But heck, those two pretty much were there inside the sacred gear doing that thing. And pretty much were there like like 2 weeks will pass as every time I like after school, Issei would go over there like to his training ground to open up over there like a dimension for him to train in, which Issei would actually take over there like a long time trying to open up a dimension, which at first didn't really have that much luck. But right there, as 2 weeks passed, Issei started to gain progress of him right there opening right there a tiny dimensional portal, which right there would be the size of his right there eye, which Issei can see inside the dimension, where right there only right there just right there giant right there like grasslands, but also fire. Heck, he can only see right there a little bit of it, but not all of it. Damn, I wish right there I can actually open up even more bigger. Too bad I can't literally just punch a hole out of nowhere. I'm not right there like Shazam or anything, just Issei would say. You keep on right there trying, you're doing your best. To be honest, right there, like you are actually the most right there impressive host I have ever seen. But you are literally open up a dimension right there just to go right there to train your juggernaut drive. Nobody has ever right there done that before. None of even right there my even past hosts who were pretty much right there like prodigies right there has actually pretty much done this. If you keep this up right there, you pretty much surpass them two at no time. To where Issei would say like, you mean Elsha and Beelzebub? To where Dreg would say like, indeed. Them two are pretty much right there the strongest Red Dragon Emperor. Probably right there like, they can like, probably at their full power, you could pretty much right there go at like 70% of their powers. If they were actually activated their balance break, of course. To where Issei would say like, well, that's literally good. As about a few days will pass, as Issei will finally open up a dimension leading a dimension leading to a different dimension, of course. Sorry, a portal going to a different dimension. So Issei will actually go as he would just jump inside a portal, as this portal will soon close behind him. Issei will find himself in a different land, of course, and pretty much like what? It was just like a giant like kind of like some kind of kind of like this hellish place. Something like it was just like rocks and just lava all over the place and volcanoes. Storms were just pretty much like with this like inside the sky all over the place. To what Issei would say like, what exactly dimension did I actually travel into? Am I in hell? To what Dreg would say like, no, you're not in hell. You're definitely in a different dimension, of course. I can feel there are no entities here. No faction members here. This is actually literally a surprise. We are literally, you are literally the first person of all to open that dimension at your young age. The only person who will only able to open up a dimensions are only Grey Red herself and also Orpheus. So Issei would say like, that's pretty much awesome. Well, I guess we should start training my Juggernaut drive then. To where Issei would just go and activate his sacred gear as he would start chanting, I, who shall awaken. I am the heavenly dragon and still the principle of domination from God. I mock the infant and tread over the dreams. She become the red dragon right there, domination, and drown the world in crimson purgatory. As Issei would say, yell the last part right there, juggernaut drive with a giant roar, roaring right there the whole dimension right there. After that, about right there, like let's say about like 2 months will pass, as Issei would right there would keep on going inside the dimension right there, training. As right now, right there, we just pretty much have a time skip. As right now, Issei was pretty much right there in town. We see right there like a 14-year-old Issei right there just like walking the streets of Konoha. As Issei pretty much appearance pretty much changed. Issei right there is that right there of a tall right there person. Issei right there will actually pretty much have right there like green eyes. Seeing that he is right there like the red dragon, of course right there like he is a dragon. He's 50% dragon and just basically like 50% right there an unknown right there race. Which Issei just likes to call himself unknown, seeing that he's not exactly truly human, of course. He's literally like energy himself, like chaos. As like Issei will actually continue walking inside like the town of Kuyu, which eventually Issei will go over there to like to the sea bay. Sorry if I'm stuttering a lot. As he will actually look up right there, right there, he will only see right there like just boats just lying down there, just like no sailors. As Issei it was pretty much nighttime, as like nobody was around. Issei was enjoying right there his midnight walk. As right there, eventually Issei will actually hear right there like somebody right there screaming for help. Help me, please, somebody. As Issei would just hear this, like somebody just saying that. Who's there? As Issei walked towards where the noise was coming from, as soon he was tackled towards the ground. Issei right there will actually just be laid on the ground as his eyes were just open. To his surprise, Issei would see right there a woman, like a girl right there, exactly right there, like seems like exactly his age. As she would pretty much have purple hair and also orange eyes. She was wearing right there a white right there like what? Like cloth right there like t-shirt or whatever, shirt, whatever. And she pretty much right there have right there like arm gloves right there and right there about right there black skirt. As Issei was just looking at this person with just amazement. He'd never seen right there somebody so beautiful before. Right apart right there from Draga, since like Issei right there was able right there to like see her right there human form inside his mindscape, of course. To where the Issei, the person right there on top of Issei would just look at Issei, and she would say like, I'm sorry. As Issei would say like, no, it's fine. As soon right there like another voice would pretty much be heard. We found you right there. Just we found you, Ingvald. I think that's her name, Ingvald. Sorry about that. Like Ingvald. That's the pretty much name. Yeah, I pretty much got it. I just had to go just to read the script again. So yeah, after that, like she would say like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. As the Issei would actually just hear there like another voice. We found you, Ingvald. There's no point of running now. To where Issei would see right there like about like four other people flying inside the sky, and they pretty much have bad wings. Where the drag would say like Issei, the four of them are pretty much devils. But Issei would say like, yeah, I reckon. What did they actually want with her? Exactly as they're like Ingvar would just actually just look at the four of like devils as she'd pretty much be scared and trembling. To where the Issei would say like, are you alright? Are they trying to hurt you? To where the devil would say like, huh, look at this. A lowly, filthy human, of course. Listen here. Seeing that we're feeling so generous right there, if you hand over the girl, we'll pretty much spare your life. And you won't even have to actually like come out or scared or whatever. To where just one of the devil would say. To where Issei would just look right there, he would say like, so you really think I'll give you this girl? Right there, if like literally, like that's literally stupid. You really think I'll actually hand her over just to a random people like you? I mean, she was running away from you for a reason. So what gives you like, what makes you think I'll actually give her up to you? Just Issei said right there, as he actually just got up right there, as he just like was now standing up, facing off against right there like the four devils. Huh, pretty cocky right there for actually human. You know exactly who we are. We are actually devils right there, and we're from the devil faction. And she right there like is actually a half filthy devil breed, which she also possesses right there strong sacred gear, and we also right there need her power. So she's pretty much coming with us. Just one the devil would say. Huh. The devils are pretty much right there filthy lowly scumbags, aren't they? They don't know how to actually mind their own business. You know what? The answer is still no. I'm gonna hand her over to you. As one of the devil will say, like, then die, you filthy breed. As right there, like, the devil will just shoot right there energy blast towards Issei. Well, Issei will just actually hold up right his right hand, catching the energy blast, and he started to absorb it. As the devil will just look at him in shock. As Issei will say, like, is that really all you got? That's pretty much pathetic. As the devil, like one of the devil will just say like cocky little bastard, as the devil would charge towards Issei. With Issei right there with just his amazing right there super speed, will just get behind the devil as he would pretty much right there just does right there what Android 18 did to Vegeta, kicking right there the devil, breaking right there like the devil's arm. The devil would wince in pain and he would cry out in agony. You little shit! What did you do to me? My arm! He broke it with just one kick! The two devils would see this and they would charge towards Issei. But no, one of the devils right there would change the course right there like away from Issei as they would go right there try to right there grab right there Ingvild. Issei sees this and he would just appear right in front of the devil, kick him straight inside the jaw. The devil will go flying all the way back as they will soon right there like the devil will soon regain his balance as all the devil will start right there shooting like the magic attack towards Issei. With Issei just picking up Ingvild right there, he would dodge all the attacks with just ease. And pretty much right there, like he would just pretty much taunting them, kind of like what Sonic actually does right there to Dr. Eggman. As right there, every time the Dr. Eggman shoot a missile, like Sonic would just easily just dodge it. Issei right there pretty much got tired that he was actually pretty much dodging all the attacks, not really caring at all. As Issei would say, like, this is pretty much boring. Huh. And you call yourself devil, huh? What I see right there is just a power right there over stinky scumbags. Huh, I better end this quickly. To where Issei would just appear right in front of one devil, raising one hand right there towards the devil's chest, completely right there annihilating him. Issei would charge up right there one blast, annihilating the devil. The three devils would see this and their eyes would just widen. That devil was pretty much right there a high class devil. Heck, they're all high class devils right there, a supreme one at that fact. After that, this little kid just actually literally just annihilated one of them with just ease. Who exactly are you? How does a filthy human like you possess some kind of power? To where Issei would start chuckling. You really think I'm actually human, huh? Well, too bad. As Issei would actually just spread out right there like four of his dragon wings. And the three devils would just look at him in shock. He's a dragon? As Issei would say like, huh, you didn't even know that. But rather you should know right there you're actually crossing in my territory, which right there is actually owned by me. And seeing that you actually kind of provoked me, you won't get out of this alive. Issei said as his eyes would just like grow slits inside of them. The devil seeing this, they actually was actually now afraid. As right there, they will soon really like throw that away as they will say like, huh, so a little kid thinks right there he got to defeat right there three high class devils, huh? Well, we will actually right there kill right there this dragon right there and pretty much right there use you right there. We'll just pretty much revive you and use you for your for the devil's faction, of course. And we'll pretty much will get rid of high reward from the council. So Issei will say like, if you want, you can go ahead and try. But know this, I will rip you to shreds. Issei would say, as the devil would just pretty much launch her that launch like a forward attack towards Issei, trying to hit him. And the devil will go on to try and do a barrage attacks, with Issei just dodging them with ease. Issei will also like with this sigh, he would just pretty much attack the devil that was actually pretty much attacking him. As Issei would just go and shoot a barrage of attacks so quickly, and he will appear right behind the devil, launching under the barrage attacks, breaking one of his arms, appearing right next to the devil's other arm, breaking it again, as Issei would just grab the devil's legs, and pretty much he would slam that devil towards the ground. As the two devils would just look towards Issei in horror. He's pretty much just destroying like the rest of the forces. As towards Issei was just flinging like the devil towards the two devils like that was actually pretty much watching. Who do you think you are? We are devils from the devil council. And we will pretty much will get these devil councils to pretty much come after you. To Issei was a chuckle. I don't think you'll be along enough to even form them. To Issei would just activate his sacred gear. Wait. I know that color. I know that feeling. He's the Red Dragon Emperor. There's no way. To where the three devils just look at Issei shocked. And also the female devil that Issei is trying to protect will also look at Issei shocked. As she knows about the Red Dragon Emperor, but she never thought Issei would be one of them. As Issei would just say like playtime's over. So Issei would just actually charge up a chaos amount of energy. As the devil seeing this, they will soon flee. As Issei would say like too bad. With Issei would just launch fully on blast towards the devils, completely annihilating them. Also like making a big impact inside like just destroying several trees along the way. Like completely a straight line, clean right cut through the devil, through the devils and also through the trees as well. Issei destruction power just left nothing standing. There was nothing like around that area. It was just completely nothing. Toward Issei would say like, what a bunch of rubbish. He would say, disactivating his sacred gear. As Issei would soon turn his attention towards the devil he was actually trying to save. As the devil would just look towards Issei with his amazement and awe. As Issei walked towards her, which Ingrid was actually kind of scared at the same time. She was pretty much in the Red Dragon Emperor's territory. And she thought that the Red Dragon Emperor was pretty much going to kill her, like, for her being in his territory. But to her surprise, Issei would just actually extend her hand out and say her that, are you okay? Then, like, Ingrid would just look at Issei's hand and just, like, shocked, and she would just accept it. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for saving me. I really appreciate it. Towards Issei would say, like, no problem. So, exactly, judging from, like, I didn't really exactly get your name. My name is actually Issei Hiro, and I guess you already know I'm actually the Red Dragon Emperor of Domination. Nice to meet you. So Ingvild would just I would say like, my name is Ingvild Leviathan, the descendant of actually the old Satan Leviathan. Old Satan Leviathan? Aren't like isn't not the first ever Leviathan perished during the Great War? To where like what Ingvild would say like, yes, I don't really know much about it. I was actually sealed most of my time. To where Issei would say like, what do you mean by sealed? To where Ingvild would just explain to where the Issei that she was actually pretty much sealed just like 100 years ago, which her true age, guys, is like she's actually kind of like 117 years old. I'm just saying this right now. She was pretty much sealed for being half devil and also possessing sacred gear, which some of them feared her so they actually sealed her away. As Issei pretty much got pissed, seeing that they actually just sealed like an innocent girl away, just for her being a half devil, and also for her possessing a sacred gear. As Issei would say like, how can somebody do that to someone like you? But wait, why were those people even chasing you exactly? I think we will just say like, well, the moment I woke up from my sea or whatever, uh, they they said like I was pretty much sort of just wandering around until eventually they actually found me as like they just wanted rather to take me to like the devil faction, right? Of course, thinking rather from the council. I actually don't know, but yeah, I didn't want to go with them, so I just started running. I was on the run for about I think it was actually about a month now. Actually, I actually don't have anywhere else to go. So Issa would actually feel pity right there for the girl. As Issa would say like, "You want to come live with me?" Ingrid would be surprised. Wait, are you serious? I don't want to be a bother. So Issa would say like, "No, you're not a bother. Of course not. And plus, I can't leave with a beautiful girl like you out here all on your own. It wouldn't be right, like just right of me." So Ingrid would just blush and she would say like, thank you. You don't have to say that. I'm not really special." To what Issa would say like, wow, man, you really put yourself down. You're definitely special. But heck, don't worry. I'll bring you to like this to my house and I tell them like everything to my parents. I'm sure that they won't really mind. As Ingrid would say like, are you sure? To what Issa would say like, definitely. As like the two of them will actually make it right there back home to Issei's house. As Issei's parents was pretty much home, as like Issei will actually just inform his parents that they pretty much have somebody right there staying over. To where Issei right there will introduce right there like Ingveld to where that Issei's parents would just eyes would just widen. Right there, they will see right there a beautiful girl right there just around Issei's age and also like nearly around Issei's height. By the way, Issei is just like an inch taller than her, so yeah. As pretty much right there, like they'll pretty much be amazed right there by this girl's right there beauty. Issei, who is this beautiful lady right there that you brought? To where Issei would say like, oh, her name is Ingveld right there, and pretty much I, this may be a long story, so you better actually sit down. As Issei's parents sat down, like Issei just told them the story about Ingvild, not the story that she's being a devil. Issei completely made right there a bullshit story that Ingvild is pretty much right there got kidnapped and tried to nearly got kidnapped by some people. Issei pretty much saved her and like heck, like he pretty much thought that it would be better right there for her right there to stay here, which Issei just kicked right there like like said to his parents that he kicked the kidnapper's ass. And also Issei told the Ingvild that like no, like his parents, that Ingvild was actually pretty much kicked out of the orphanage right there when she was actually younger, as like she's now just living right there just on her own as she has nowhere else to go. Issei's parents actually felt pity right there for her, as Issei's mom would say like, of course right there she can stay here. I wouldn't actually let like a beautiful young lady stay on the street, of course. What's your name, sweetie? I didn't truly actually get it right there. My name is Ingvild, and I'm truly glad that you actually took me in. Uh, are you sure it would be alright for me to stay here? To a Issei's father would say like, of course. Heck, I can't believe that you nearly got kidnapped. Good thing my son was just out there at the last minute. Heck, you really are a hero, like Issei. You should be proud of yourself. To what Issei would say, like, I'm just following right there, like, what my parents pretty much taught me how to be right there a better person, he said, which it was actually kind of true. Issei's parents did try to raise Issei to be right there a good person. As Ingrid would say, like, thank you for right there for letting me stay. I promise you, I won't be right there a bother at all. As right there, like, Issei's parents would say, like, no, not at all. You definitely won't be a bother to us. To be honest, right there, it would be kind of interesting to have you around. It'd be kind of like having like some kind of a daughter. Oh, I didn't actually get your last name. May I actually pretty much know? To where Issa would say like, oh, her last name is actually Laura Cade, actually. Ingrid, like Laura Cade. To where Issa's father would say like, Issa, you don't really need to speak for her. She can speak for herself. But it would be well. I can't really blame you, seeing that you kind of already saved her and you're kind of right now overprotected of her. So it kind of would make sense. But she can speak for herself. To where Ingrid would say like, no, it's actually quite a right. Yes, my name is Ingrid Riddell. Yeah, yeah, my name is just Ingrid. As you know, Ethan like mom would say like, well, Riddell, you can stay right there as long as you want. I don't really mind. For that right there, that's actually right there pretty much right there got like that's pretty much right there how Issei and Ingrid actually met right there like pretty much as Ingrid right there started to live with Issei as pretty much right there they pretty much had like a guest bedroom right there for Ingrid to stay in. And pretty much right there Ingrid right there was actually kind of right there a little bit sketchy about the night, thinking right there about more devil was come, which Issei right there told her right there that no devil will come inside this territory, seeing that this whole town actually is under the protection of the Red Dragon Emperor. Nobody, if somebody wants to mess with his town, they're pretty much gonna have to face off against the Red Dragon, which Ingrid over there actually kind of felt safe, knowing that Issei is actually pretty much here. As time went on, Ingrid will also get settled into like the Hyodo house. As pretty much right there, she will actually get to her right there no drag, which right there heck she her and drag will actually start right there a friendly right there relationship with each other, and they will be actually talking right there a lot right there, as also right there Issei join in too, and also things like that. As yeah, as time went on, Issei right there will actually right there show Ingrid about right there his training ground, which right there is pretty much right there his secret place, which his training ground right there guys he puts a barrier around it, around the place that he pretty much is training at. Like his training ground, guys, is where it's the place is pretty much the forest where he found the Chaos Emeralds. As he pretty much put up a barrier, a high, strongly barrier, so only him himself can pretty much really enter the barrier, of course. As Ethan will actually go and show Ingrid already his training place where he trains, and also already the master already Chaos Emerald. As what the master already the Chaos Emeralds, which Ingrid will be amazed by this emerald's power, which already she even stated if any faction members get their hands on it, they'll be unstoppable. Which Issei would say yeah, this is the reason why he actually already protects it. He pretty much really counts. He pretty much just named this place really the Angel Guardian. His whole training ground. He pretty much named it the Angel really Guardian, whatever. No Garden, sorry. As pretty much really he himself is pretty much the Guardian. So yeah, as really Issei will also really ask Ingrid about really her sacred gear, which she told Issei that her sacred gear. I don't really remember what her sacred gear is really called, but I do recall her really being able to control dragons and also bottoments of water. So yeah, which she tells Issei that, which Issei was actually kind of surprised. Like he was surprised to see that she has kind of a powerful sacred gear. She can control water and also dragon while she thinks. And Issei wanted to test it out, as he actually asked Ingvild really to what? To test out really her sacred gear on him. To where she will actually say that she would never use really her sacred gear on Issei, seeing that Issei was the one who saved her. She doesn't even want to hurt Issei, of course. Which she does really find Issei really kind of attractive, of course. To where really Issei would say I just want to actually it'd be better right there for you to test your sacred gear on me so you can get strong yourself, which right there you can actually defend yourself, so you be face off against so you be able to protect yourself against right there those right there old Satan faction, and also the devil's one that you don't want to join. As Ingvild will actually just soon comply, as she will actually test her sacred gear on Issei, which once she actually sang, Issei eventually thought was not really affected by it, but the more really she sang, the more Issei was actually falling in love with her. Her voice is just so soothing. The way she sings, Issei actually thought that she pretty much right there like she was just literally right there like the only person in the world. Her music was so beautiful. Her voice was just so soothing. It can literally Issei felt so calm around her. He kind of felt like he was getting sleepy. He can just listen to her like her sing every single day. Eventually, right there about right there, like Ingville sang for about like 40 minutes. Issei just literally fell asleep. Seeing right there, he heard right there her music way too much. Ingville sees this and she will actually help Issei up, checking if he was alright. About right there, about an hour would pass as Issei will actually wake up to see that his head is on Ingville's lap, while the two of them are sitting on right there, like the grass right there, like on the grass, while animals would just hop around them. To where Issei would say like, "Wow, your voice is actually so beautiful." To where Ingville would just actually blush, say like, "No, thanks, but I'm not that. My voice is not really that good." To where Issei would say like, "Are you kidding me? Your voice is actually literally the most amazing thing I ever heard. If I really truly was being honest, I would totally rather marry you if I actually have the chance." Issei would say just jokingly, as he would pretty much be hit on the head by Ingville, saying like, "You shouldn't say that kind of thing." She said, rather just blushing. Towards like a dragon would actually kind of feel a little bit jealous right here, as like she would say like, "Heck, what about me?" To where Issei would say like, "Of course we're there. Like, heck, I love you too, we're there, Draga. I like totally. If there was a chance, for me to free you from the sacred gear, I would." To where the dragon would say like, "Huh? If I was actually pretty much sealed from the sacred gear, I doubt you'd be able to actually fully on handle me." She said, rather with pride. To where the Ingrid would say like, "What do you mean by that?" To where Issa would say like, "Oh, you don't know this, but one day I actually plan to actually free the dragon from the sacred gear actually." To where Ingrid would just eyes just wide and say like, "You really are gonna set her free? That's gonna cause a lot of tension inside the whole supernatural world. Heck, it's just gonna break the chaos itself. You do know loads of people will be like your enemy and trying to kill you if they actually found out about it. Not wanting to let the heavenly dragon escape right there from the sacred gear." To where Issa would say like, "True, but if they try anything, I will literally just end the existence, of course." As like Ingrid would say like, "Issa, how powerful really are you exactly?" To where Issa would respond saying like, "Well, judging from my power, like I already have a master over my sacred gear, and also already my balance breaker. And heck, I'm able to go into Juggernaut Drive for about like 5 hours exactly, without going berserk. So I would say I'm pretty strong." To where Ingrid would just be surprised. "Are you serious? Are you capable of you going into Juggernaut Drive? From what I read and also heard about it, that's literally a forbidden form. Nobody read it. No host of the Red Dragon Emperor like would actually dare, or nobody would challenge right there somebody who just went into Juggernaut Drive. It was even stated once you get into Juggernaut Drive, you can literally easily right there defeat God. You lose all sense of the human, you go on berserk. Heck, not even God can even stand a chance against you right there, like someone once they go into Juggernaut Drive. Towards Issa would say like, truth be told, it actually truly is difficult to do it, but worth the pay. I'm eventually gonna actually fight right the white one day, to where the Ingrid would just kind of feel a little bit tense up. What if Issa got killed right there? Like, what if the white one killed Issa? That's something that she can't allow. Issei saved her, and it would be kind of really like heartbreaking seeing that if Issei just gets ripped away from her just like that. To where they like Ingrid would just actually like tackle Issei down to the ground, saying that, "I don't want you to go. I don't want you to lose to the White Dragon and lose someone I care about. You were the only person who cared about me and also brought me in with just open arms. You didn't really think of who I actually am or what I actually am, and you just accepted me with open arms. Issei, you're literally the most kindest person I ever met, and I don't want to lose you. She would just say right there, like nearly about to actually cry. Issei will feel like a wave of emotion coming from him. Heck, Ingvild, I'm not gonna leave you. I can't. There's no way I can leave someone like you here. And plus, there's a whole lot of reason for me to defeat the White One, to protect my family and also you, and also that like I'll also have to free Dragon from the sacred gear. But trust me, this I'm never gonna leave you. You have my word as a Dragon Emperor and myself. I swear on my pride, I will never leave you. To her Igwe would actually eyes would just widen as she would just really just like hug Issei tightly. She would just whisper, "Thank you, but I still don't want you to go." She would just say, as pretty much we just have right there like a time skip right there. As over the time as Ingrid is actually living right there with Issei, things have actually really changed. Ingrid already started to train with Issei and trying to actually benefit of her using her sacred gear. As really she tried to actually get like better at using her magic as well, seeing that she's way more good at magic. Heck, she's way skilled in her like her family like what type of magic, which was like pretty much elemental magic or whatever, or water magic. I don't really kind of remember, guys. I had to go and do some research about that. As Issei will go over there and fully on like train her, not really train, as he would pretty much spar with her right there in combat, hand combat, with she would quickly right there like no, she would not won't quickly sell him, but she would pretty much be good at it. Her hand skills would be on the level of actually like a high mid class devil. And her magic right there should be on the level of an ultimate class devil. Her magic reserves. And her intelligence was actually so really, she was actually smarter than Reyes and Sona combined. Heck, her IQ was pretty much right there like what? 300 actually, which is actually pretty much high. That for even a devil, of course. As right there, like as time went on, right there, eventually the two of them will actually roll right there in Kuyu Academy, the first year, of course. As right there in Kuyu Academy, they actually gained loads right there of attention. For one, right there, Issei was actually right there named right there like what? The Dragon Prince, of course, for his right there like violent nature. As right there, like for Ingville, she was pretty much right there named as right there the school like #1 beautiful right there goddess, of course. Which right there like the first year pretty much went over breeze for Issei. Of right there eventually right there like what? A few right there transfer students will actually come right there transfer into Kuyu Academy, which was pretty much right there Rias and Parach, and also right there like Sona Parach, or like also, which the two of them right there would just be right there enrolled, just like halfway through the year, which Issei and Ingrid would now notice them as they will actually keep a close eye on them. They haven't noticed them even yet, but what are they doing here? As right time went on, Issei and Ingrid would keep right there super low profile right there on analyzing right there like the Grimmy just pretty much took control over this town, which Issei right there like he didn't really like. The Grimmy like a devil just come here claiming this town by like for herself, literally. Two little princesses think they can actually claim a town by themselves. Oh, once he find out that this town it belongs to dragons, they will soon regret even stepping foot in that, and not other than the Red Dragon Emperor like himself. As right there, like heck, as time went on, right there, like Issa and Ingvild just kept a close eye on the Grimory and also the Sea Tree, not right there like gaining right there like involved in their problems, of course. Heck, the two of them didn't even notice that there was actually like and another two supernatural beings that were actually enrolled into the school. As right there, the first year pretty much ended right there, like as right there, like going on right there to like the second year, which easily decided right there, like seeing that he was actually now on break, seeing that there's actually not nothing to really do here. The parents actually, Issei's parents right there, like thought it'd be a good idea to go on holiday, seeing that they finished right there the first year together. As Issei thought right there of right there where to go for the summer holidays, seeing that he doesn't actually want to be in this town right there with some devils. If they truly right there, if they truly thinks they actually own this territory, then that means it'll be under their control. He said right there, just jokingly right there, like just like he's being sarcastic, as like pretty much right there, like they pretty much were planning on that trip where to go, as right there, like they pretty much was just thinking, should they actually go right there to like go on like a yacht? Nah, it would be too expensive. They want something that they can actually do, something that would actually like keep them entertained. Heck, what about right there like a tropical paradise? Hawaii probably, the beach. To where they will all agree just to go on, just to go to like Hawaii. With Draga would just ask Issei, what about the devils? With Issei would say like, if it's true that these devils think that they own this territory, let's let them think that they actually pretty much own it. But I'll be keeping a close eye, watch on them. I pretty much have right there like one of my familiars right there keeping a close eye on them. Trust me. And the familiar will report back to me of like what they actually are doing. Sorry. As right there, Dragon would just nods as like what? As the hero family was soon right there packed their vacation, going on their like vacation for right there like for the holidays, waiting for right there like the next semester to come up. As right there, about right there 2 weeks passed, as you know, like the hero family was pretty much ready to go on their like trip. Would Ethan would just realize something. Crap! If he leaves right now, he's leaving right there the chaos, like no, the Master Emerald just like exposed. He needs to really reinforce the barrier so like they don't even detect it. Heck, he's even really now sketchy about him even like going now. Should he actually just stay here and protect the Chaos Emerald, like the Master Emeralds, so they don't even find out? Heck, devils are always filthy with power and they're so power hungry. Ethan already decided right to reinforce the barrier, seeing that heck, his familiar can't pretty much take care of it. Like Ethan's familiar is someone right you don't want to mess with. Trust me, you don't want to mess with Ethan's familiar, which he just pretty much got. You don't want to see Ethan's true what familiar even looks like. Everybody will be even shitting themselves just by looking at it. As Ethan right there, once he actually got to right there, like what? The barrier, his training ground, his secret place, which Ingrid right there follow suit. He would soon right there reinforce the barrier right there to maximum like level, not being detected by even right there like the Grimmers themselves and also the sea trees. Ethan will ask right there his familiar to stay here and guard right there the Chaos Emerald while they go on holidays. As Ethan right there will say like, oh, and while we're actually pretty much gone, I'll bring you back something really special. Which Ethan familiar will say like, really? You'll bring back something really special for me. It better be something good right there, seeing that I pretty much wasted my time here. How long will you be gone for? About 2 months, and we'll be back right there shortly after. So, would that be alright with you? As Ethan familiar will say like, that's pretty much alright. It's okay if I can still go, stay, guard this after area, but also traveling to right there, like, my home right there dimension. To what Ethan would say, like, go knock yourself out. Just make sure that, like, the Grimoires don't do anything stupid or don't even try to even come here. And also keep a close eye on them right there, just if you can. To where that Ethan familiar with just nods that Ethan and Ingvild would just actually go on right there like their trip. as they will actually ready go and make their way towards the airport for there, as soon ready the flight number will just actually call out to them, which they will actually soon ready go on the flight, going on their holiday trip towards Hawaii. As they're pretty much on the plane, Issa and Ingrid were just ready like next to each other. As ready like Ingrid ready they were pretty much ready on the plane flying for about like 5 hours. Ingrid actually got sleep as she started to sleep on Issei. But Issei doesn't really mind as he also got tired as he also really started to sleep on Ingrid too. As the two of them was actually sleeping together, as the two of them was actually like literally the most perfect couple that anyone has ever seen before. Issei's parents actually took pictures of this, saying that this is actually going in their album. I hope that we get a grandbaby soon. This would be actually super adorable. As like what? As people are like on the plane, but actually just like heck, they will envy right there like Issei and Ingrid like couple relationship, and they would say like, oh, that's pretty much a nice couple. They pretty much make a nice couple, like literally they're like literally perfect soulmates. As right there about right there like another right there like what 4 hours on the plane will soon pass. Eventually the plane will actually reach a stop. As Issei and Ingrid will soon wake up, and they will actually just get off the plane. As right there, Issei will just look at their parents and they have right there grin. What's so funny? Does Issei will ask, as they will say like, oh, nothing, it's just nothing, just enjoying our holidays, of course. Issei wouldn't actually really put that much thought into it, seeing that like heck, he's on holidays. As the sooner the Hyoto family will actually make their way like out of the hotel, getting rid of a taxi, just to go to that special hotel that they actually booked. You see, this special hotel was actually something really special. That actually belonged to one of Issei's father's boss friends. Like yeah, like Issei's father boss. Like like friends that basically it belongs to Issei's like father's like friends. Like like he pretty much like runs this actually like hotel. As like he pretty much offered them to stay right there for a cheap like price, saying that Issei's like father helped their business. Issei's father is pretty much a successful business worker, so yeah, he's pretty much rich in this one, so he's not like sitting around doing nothing, reading the newspaper. So of course, yeah, as the Hyoto family just pretty much went to their like own rooms. They were pretty much assigned in, as like what like Issei and Ingrid already was actually like what sharing their own room, which kind of actually confused them. They thought they would get their own they thought they would be sleeping inside the same room or like get their own room, not like sharing right there like a couple room together, of course. To where Issei's parents would say like you kids need your own privacy, like you're getting tall or you're getting big. Eventually, heck, you will start to realize life and how important you two need each other, which Issei's mom read quoted, which like Issei read not follows up with it. He's not following up on what his mother was actually trying to say, which Ingville was actually kind of did, but not really. Eventually, read the Hyoto family will enjoy their actually holidays, as they will actually enjoy themselves. As guys, I think I literally might stop it here. Like, I know you guys want to see more of this, but this is literally part 1 of the movies, and I'll be uploading part 2 of the movie, guys, if you guys want to see this. So this is literally part 1 of the movie of What If Issei Had the Chaos Emerald. So I actually really, guys, hope you enjoyed this Christmas special. I'll be uploading the next one, as it's probably gonna be another 1 hour. I'll try to make it 2 hours and like speed through it really quickly, guys. But if you guys really like, subscribe. I hope you guys are happy with that. Merry Christmas, and I'll catch you guys inside the next one. Peace.